today's episode of the Naija Youth Newsroom, there is a new ingredient going around Nigeria, and as always, it's my job to get it, prepare it, make it appetizing, served hot, and ready for you to digest. Hold up. What is this new ingredient, you may be wondering? Well, since the customer wants to know what the chef plans to cook, let me break it down for you. The 2025 Tax Reform Act. On 26th of June 2025, 4 tax reform bills were signed into law by President ℺𝕒 Tinubu. These laws include the Nigerian Tax Act, the Nigerian Tax Administration Act, Nigerian Revenue Service Act, and the Joint Revenue Board Act, collectively referred to as the Act. What does it mean? Basically, what it means that for all main federal laws for companies, individuals, and capital gains are combined into one easy-to-read book. Why it matters. The Nigerian Tax Act eliminates confusion and conflicting rules, making the tax code simpler and more predictable for everyone. It also standardized the taxation of new activities like taking cryptocurrencies and other digital assets. What does it mean? This means individuals earning below 800,000 naira per year pay no income tax, and a new rent deduction is introduced for employees to help ease housing costs. Also, small companies below 100 million naira turnover are fully exempt from corporate income tax to encourage their growth and formalization. Why it matters. These measures aim to make the tax system more progressive and stimulate economic activity at the grassroots level. So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. These laws could definitely have positive outcomes. What does it mean? What this means is that a new body, the Joint Revenue Board, is established to coordinate all tax efforts between the federal, state, and local governments. The Joint Revenue Board in Nigeria has the primary purpose of establishing a legal and institutional framework for the harmonization and coordination of revenue administration across the federal, state, and local government levels. It was established by the Joint Revenue Board of Nigeria, Act 2025, replacing the older Joint Tax Board with a much broader mandate. Why it matters. The JRB's primary function is to eliminate the annoying problem of multiple taxation, where businesses are often asked to pay similar taxes or levies to several different government levels. This should significantly improve the business environment. What does this mean? What this act means is that the old FIRS has been replaced by a new, more powerful agency called the Nigerian Revenue Service, NRS. Why it matters. Basically, the NRS is designed to be a highly technological and efficient. Its goal is to stop relying on paper and manually intensive processes, shifting towards digital collection and strict enforcement to reduce corruption and close the massive tax gap. Finally, welcome to the commentary corner where I dish you my own personal opinions today about the act. Firstly, the Nigerian Tax Act. Personally, I think the implementation of this act is very straightforward. If all the tax laws cutting across companies, small businesses, and individuals are collated into one single unit, it makes referencing easier. But the real question is, the collected taxes, are they being used for what they are meant to be used for? Okay, so secondly, the Nigerian Tax Administration Act. This entire act shows that it will definitely provide benefits to individuals. Those benefits include increased disposable income. For low-income earners, they will retain more of their income, boosting purchasing power, and etc. Also, reduce financial burden. With tax exemption, individuals can allocate more resources to essentials. Because it also has benefits for individuals, therefore, it means it will also be benefits for the government. But I won't go into those now. Another thing to also take note of, in my opinion, that I've noticed is the possibility of people trying to forge or find loopholes. What I mean is people trying to fake their income to fall below the 800,000 naira limits. I feel like it can throw the entire act of balance and also negatively affect those who actually benefit from it if that kind of issue occurs. Third, the Joint Revenue Board Act. I believe this act will also prove beneficial because there's a lot of division in Nigeria. It's a multilingual, multicultural country, and as it is, there's also a lot of division. So I feel like implementing this act will allow for everyone to be on the same page. If you allow the federal, state, and local governments unite to deal with issues concerning revenue sharing, solving tax disputes, and even protecting taxpayer rights, it allows for everyone to be on the same page, like I said. And although there will have to be an efficient way to ensure that dealing with those issues or any other issues that need to be dealt with is actually effective. And lastly, the Nigerian Revenue Service Act. I have no problem with the rebranding of the FIRS to the NRS, as I think many others would also not have a problem with. The main concern is that it should carry out their objectives as they say they would. But aside from the whole changing of names, it's actually more of a changing of roles. So you don't think it's merely a name rebranding. There are a lot of new roles or new objectives that the NRS carry out that the FIRS didn't before. Things like they're responsible for collecting and administrating all federal government revenue, not just taxes. The NRS has more autonomy in tax administration and enforcement. NRS now handles non-tax revenue administration, increasing revenue collection. And the NRS is expected to leverage digital tools for transparency, data-driven enforcement, and e-filing, amongst others. There are many other points that I even didn't get to touch on, but if I try to cover that on this video, it will keep going on and on and on. But at the end of the day, it's still all about the people. So please let me know your own thoughts and opinions on the new tax laws in the comments below. You've been a wonderful audience. Peace.